Many entrepreneurs quit. And the only way you can fail at anything you do is when you quit. When you decide that either you ran out of money, or you're not in love with your idea anymore, or it's too hard, you quit. And that's a fail, right? And to me, that's the dark side of entrepreneurship. On the bright side, the idea that you would have the resilience to continue, I call it grit. It's the intersection of resilience and passion. And when you bring those two together, you can continue. Don't lose your passion and do not lose resilience. Because if you do, the likelihood that you will fail is much greater.
Do you think, so the intersection of resilience and passion is pretty interesting, and I've never actually put it together in my head right at that intersection, and grit is something that's hugely important. We talk a lot about it here at Quest. Do you think that's something that you can train yourself to be either more resilient or to find a deeper passion?
I think you can. I think, first of all, passion is not something you can really manufacture. You have it on your job or on your hobby or whatever you pursue in life. You have it or you don't. I mean, I don't think you can invent passion, but resilience you can. Resilience is getting the right mentor, having faith, seeing other role models, and really believing in yourself. So there's a little bit of the feeling that your self-esteem is preserved, even though you're on a cliff. And you know, as an entrepreneur, you're on a cliff more than once.
Yes.
And it's daunting.
Yeah.
You look down, doesn't look great. Those who succeed can find the strength when things are all looking as bad as they can, and find their strengths to recover and actually, on the opposite side, thrive and grow bigger. And I think that's the test. I think we're all tested constantly. I've been tested in my life several times, and I come out of it hopefully stronger, but certainly more determined.
Do you have a story of a time where you've been tested?
Oh yeah. You were talking about running a company in college. That was not so easy. We, at one point, I was still in college, but I was full-time working in my company. It was a software company, and we were going so bad that we couldn't pay ourselves anymore. So when you can't pay yourself anymore, you go to the unemployment line. So you have to go to a place where it's a government facility, and you wait in line, and it's very humbling. And you collect a few $100s. I mean, it's not that much.
Oh, I've been on unemployment.
And they interview you, right? They interview you. What do you know how to do? And I think that you think you hit rock bottom when you're there, and you can't fall off the floor. So you just strengthen yourself up, and you say, you know what? There is a better way, and there always is. And you just do it. And in our case, we just realized that our software product was not going to succeed, and we needed to pivot. And we pivoted from the Apple II market, which was in the early 1980s, a very successful computer, to another one, which was built by a company called Commodore at that time. And that changed our outcome, where we went from one to the other, made some money, and then finally fell into Activision. So let me tell you the story. If we quit at that time when we had no money, there was no Activision. It would have never existed, because they would have gone bankrupt. We would have not recovered them, and who knows what. Now it's the #1 video game company in the world. It has a $35 billion market cap. So it went up since you researched my article. But I have to tell you, it's an insane number, an insane company. I don't know if this will ever happen to me again, but I'm on a new mission that I believe has the potential.
Talk to me about mission. That's interesting. You've written really well about this, and as somebody that has an accelerator and you have all these companies in, what is it about a mission that makes it so potent for an entrepreneur just starting out?
Well, I always ask people, entrepreneurs, when I meet them, what is your mission? And they will say, my company manufactures widgets and sells them into stores.
Right.
And I said, that's not a mission. They look at me a little perplexed. I said, well, what do you think is Facebook's mission? And they will probably reply, connecting people around the world. That's their mission. It's a big mission, by the way. It's a great mission. It's not really describing what Facebook does, but it's a mission. So I always spend time with them the first half hour talking about the mission. And I want to see if they have something in them that really is a mission, or if they're doing it just for the money, or they're doing it just for a pastime, a job. I can see right away. And that's my first piece of advice to them. It's like, okay, look, if you're not going to find a mission, it's just not worth it, dude. You're going to be working too hard. You're going to be suffering.